Hello, welcome to Pursuit of Perfect System. My name's Terry Ellis. I'm an audio reviewer and a Dirac live calibrator, and the reason I'm dancing in and the reason I'm happy is because the product I've got in for review now is a really exciting product. Just recently, KEF released the brand new full range of R series products, which ranges from obviously bookshelf speakers right up to several different size of floor standard speakers, which is a really interesting one. So what's so exciting about the KEF R series? Well, for me, look at them. They're absolutely stunning. Really lovely speakers, which are actually in this kind of complete black finish. Quite difficult to see in this room. I'll take care of that in a second. But what I like about them is that when I first saw them, I thought, bloody hell, they look really a lot like Reference. They look a hell of a lot like Reference. And then I spoke to KEF about that. It's like, you know, how much of kind of the Reference DNA is in the new R series? And their answer is, look, listen, Terry, we basically design products and we filter down the technologies through our complete range. So basically from Blade through Reference all the way down into the Q series, which is why you see UniQ drivers across all the different speakers and stuff, because that is how KEF like to engineer things. They like to engineer technology that they can share across all their products. The bit that's exciting to me is obviously I've been listening to the R3s just a bit, and they're not totally dialed in yet. I've got a lot of work still to do, but it just reminds me of sitting and listening to Reference. It's a bloody lot like it. It's a scary a lot like it, in fact. And I'm going to talk about the sound in the next video. This video is just introducing the R7. So, in Pursuit of Perfect System fashion, it's difficult to film and get you a close-up look once the speakers are installed. So instead of doing that, let's play some B-roll and cue the funky music. Hope you enjoyed that. They are some sexy speakers, aren't they? They are some sexy speakers. I actually really like the all black finish. In a pitch black cinema room, they look lovely. You know, in a pitch black cinema room, they're like the perfect speakers. Like KEF have, you know, gone inside my brain and taken out what I want in a room, in a pitch black room. But obviously, you know, not everybody's got this. But if you have got this, if you have got the Batcave cinema room, perfect. That's a perfect speaker for it. But even if you haven't, if you've just got a normal size room, you know, some people like the different kind of coloured trims, and there's a bit of a fashion at the moment, isn't there, for kind of satin white and silver trims and stuff. I really like that finish. But kind of understated all black with a lovely high gloss finish to the cabinetry, I think it's really nice. Now, what's interesting about the KEF R7s, I think there's been 1,064 changes and improvements since the last R series. And that's a seriously significant amount of changes for essentially kind of a mid-tier priced speaker. That's a company, and fair play and kudos to KEF, that have looked at what is already a really good product. The R series speakers are really good, and they said, right, how can we incrementally improve this? And it's not a case of just, you know, we'll bolt on some extra this or bolt on some extra that. They've kind of gone right back to the beginning and re-engineered every single part. Well, it must be for 1,064, and I'm really, really, really excited to put these speakers through their paces and see what I can get out of them. Because, as I say, I'm really, really excited to listen to the R7s and push for sound quality. But recently, as if you're a regular to the channel, you already know this, I had a Chord Electronics Dave DAC in here. And from a clarity and a resolution point of view, again, Rob Watts' kind of pinnacle DAC design, and you can hear it once you get it set up properly. You can hear what that does. There's so much more clarity and so much more resolution. That, you know, going back to the Chord Cutest, it's still a very good DAC, you know, and I still love the DAC. I've spent a lot of time with Dave, and it's like a difficult one to come down from. So the Cutest is really great. I really like it. But I want to try and push more from the R7s. So, as part of the review for the R7s, I'm also going to be reviewing this. Now, this is a Chord Electronics Hugo TT 2. Now, this is a really exciting product for me to review, and I think probably for people at home, because I think in an ideal world, if everybody's got £9,000 to spend on a DAC, they're probably going to go and buy a Chord Dave. It's just one of those things. But a lot of people have got £9,000 to spend on a DAC. So the Hugo TT comes in at around £4,500. So it's half the money of a Dave, but it still gives us nearly 100,000 tap length filters, which is about 3/4 of the way getting to what a Dave can do. Now, it's also about double the tap length filters, i.e. basic tap length filters really boils down to resolution and transient clarity of our Q-tist. So on paper, this should give us twice the clarity of the Chord Electronics Q-tist. But that's not all that it gives us. It actually gives us, on the back, balanced connections. Now that's the bit that I think is really, really interesting, because so far in my experience, using a balanced connection, it seems to have helped with just giving, again, that more clarity and more space. So not only does it give us, obviously, a significant improvement in performance, it gives us more flexibility and options. Also, it's a preamplifier and it's a headphone amplifier as well. So the Hugo TT2 is a more comprehensive product than the Q-tist. You know, obviously we're stepping up big, but I personally think the R7s are going to warrant this, and I think the R7s are going to absolutely sing off of this, more so than they are with the Chord Electronics Q-tist. But it's all part of the testing process, and all part of the discovery process, and all part of the review process. So that is something I'm really excited to review. But it doesn't end there. Now, I can't pick this product up because it's so heavy, I can barely lift it up. And that is the reason why things are a little bit messy in here at the moment with the black rug and stuff, because I've got something that's sitting down there, which it's ridiculously heavy for its size. And I am absolutely buzzing, really excited to put it in the system and review it, because I've wanted to spend some serious time with a valve amplifier for as long as I can remember. Certainly since I started Pursuit of Perfect Systems, like, right, I want to try a valve amplifier, And while I was at Nintronics, and I put obviously a thank you out to Nintronics, because they've lent me the KEF R7s for review, they've lent me the Chord Electronics Hugo TT2 for review, and they've also now lent me the McIntosh MC275 valve-based power amplifier for review. The absolutely stunning, legendary valve amplifier. I think it's been in production for 40 years or 50 years or something like that. And obviously I think it's its 6th iteration at the moment. Obviously they've tweaked and improved the design over that period of time. But can you think of any other speaker that's been in production maybe for 50 or 60 years? Possibly the LS35A speaker. It's possibly the only one that I can think of that's actually in production. And think how many different variants and stuff that's there of that different type of that speaker. Now, actually focus on the McIntosh, still made by McIntosh, still the same design, still stunning. Now they've kind of blinged it up in a sense with really lovely LEDs that just, wow, absolutely wow. So I'm absolutely buzzing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using the Hugo TT as a DAC and a preamplifier, going straight into our McIntosh MC275. Really exciting, interesting times ahead. Hope this little video just kind of wet your whistle for the multiple reviews we've got coming. I've also got another little sexy box down there from Chord Electronics, which I'll talk about in the near future. Very excited to try it. Really very excited to try that one. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I say, it's just a little wet your whistle to what's coming, because there's some really exciting stuff coming, as you can tell. So, hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope this has got you as excited about the videos that's coming as I am, because I am absolutely blowing my top off, buzzing about what's coming. I'll be seeing you soon in those videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get access to those videos when they go live. Obviously, to do that, click the notification bell. Please go and visit our website. There's always new stuff going on there. Please support the channel by visiting the website. It's really important, and I really appreciate it. And I'll be seeing you soon. Let's get some music on.